Yeah, my name is Jack Sim. I'm from Singapore. I started the World Toilet Organization because people are so inhibited about talking about going to the toilet, and they thought it is something rude, but they have to go there 6 to 8 times a day. And I want to improve world toilet culture because there are over billion people who still do not have a toilet today. And 20 years ago, it was 2.6 billion people who don't have a toilet. So we have managed to solve the sanitation crisis through telling stories and creating a lot of attention on sanitation and the importance of health, of menstrual hygiene, of disease mitigation, and also not to pollute the rivers and the waterway by throwing the excreta into the river. So I think that this subject is so intimate to human being that when we add some humor to it, we broke the ice, and people can talk about it naturally now. So I was a businessman until the age of 40. So between 24 and 40, I started a series of companies ranging from international school to bricks manufacturing, to roof tile manufacturing, to trading of building materials and real estate development. So by the time I was 40, I was financially independent. And then I asked myself, what do I do for the next 40 years of my life? And do I still want to make some more money when I don't need more money? Because I live in a very simple way and moderately. So in this case, money become less important, and I had to search for purpose. So I start looking at what could be a very good time, very good use of the time of 40 years before I die at 80, which is normally around that time that a person died, right? So I saw toilets was neglected, and they were calling it a water agenda. You know, when they call it water, all the money went to water. So nobody was paying attention to shit, poop, pee, toilet, sanitation. These are words that are considered very rude. And because they have this inhibition, the problem accumulated. And so we broke the taboo by calling ourselves the WTO, World Toilet Organization. Sounds like World Trade Organization. And we say it's the same because we are all talking about big and small businesses. And everybody laughed. And then eventually, the politician realized that the media love it and the people love it, and they demand for toilets. So the politician use it as a election agenda, and they win election promising toilet, and they build toilet. And so in India, you have 110 million toilet built by Prime Minister Modi. You have in China, President Xi Jinping is the champion of the China toilet revolution. And in Brazil, we just changed the law to let their water company accept foreign investment, and now about 13 billion Singapore dollars went there, and the sewage treatment, who used to be 50% untreated, now is improving. Yeah, so they're changing the world by telling stories. I would say that life is very short. There is no need to be very rich or famous or powerful. We all die in the end, and whatever fame and power is just gone. And don't even bother that whether people will remember you or not. The most important thing you have to say to yourself on the last day of your life is, was I contributing to humanity and was the journey a useful one? And if you have a good answer to yourself, whatever is the answer you're seeking, then I think you will close your eyes with a smile and go in a happy way. But if you want to, on the last moment of your life, check your bank balance, then I think something is wrong with your orientation. If Pooh can talk, then that will be the future of sanitation, because what we need to do is to replace half of all the hospital in the world by having diagnosis on your poo and your urine while you are sitting on the toilet, downloading all this data. And in the future, you are doing predictive and preventive health instead of curative health. As we all know, prevention is cheaper than cure. And therefore, if we can predict at very early stage colorectal cancer or diabetes or whatever, and all the data that we download on our toilet goes on our cell phone, and we can immediately change our diet and take some medicine at an early stage. We don't have to die of cancer. We don't have to pay $300,000 for the operation and chemotherapy. I think that will be when the toilet can talk to us. You don't need so many hospital anymore, because you don't become sick. You knew it earlier than it is. Hi, I'm Jack, and I put you.